Hi there, in this video I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about getting started with the VA loan. I'm going to talk about how much you should have saved up to buy a home using the VA loan and any other fees that are associated with using your VA loan, so stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and get started. The VA loan, it's absolutely my favorite. I'm a veteran, so I absolutely love having access to this loan. I think it's awesome for our active duty service members. It's a zero down product, meaning that you don't need a down payment to use the VA loan. Unlike FHA or conventional loans, you do need a down payment. The VA loan, zero down payment. I mean, you can put one down if you'd like, and it would reduce your funding fee, which we'll talk about in a little bit down the video, but you don't need to. And the nice thing is that it's 100% financing, and for other loans like FHA and conventional, if you do 100% financing, you're going to need to pay either a private mortgage insurance or mortgage insurance premium. The VA doesn't have that. So it's super awesome. You don't have to save up all this money in order to buy a home with your VA loan. So you heard me mention a little bit about the VA funding fee. The VA funding fee is what keeps this program going. So in the event that VA borrower defaults on the mortgage, the VA at least has a piggy bank set up so they can guarantee the loan to the service provider. And so that's where that VA funding fee comes in. So if it's your first time using the VA loan, the funding fee is only 2.3% of the loan amount. So on a $300,000 house, that's gonna be $6,900. But you don't pay that upfront. You don't pay that in like a closing cost or anything. It just gets rolled right back into your loan. So if you're buying a $300,000 home and you're financing all 100% of it, that final total is gonna be $306,900. So super easy, it's awesome. You just finance that funding fee. If you use it more than once, second time or subsequent use, that VA funding fee as of now in 2022, it's gonna be 3.6%. They have increased in the past, so just make sure you check out the VA website for that. It's super awesome, it's a great product. Those are the big things right there for the VA funding fee. And zero down payment. Now, lastly, on costs associated with the VA loan, there's still closing costs. So while you may not have to bring a down payment to the table and your VA funding fee gets rolled into your loan, you still have closing costs for the cost to do everything for your loan, and plus your prepaids that include your taxes and insurance that will need to be paid at closing. So those are typically anywhere between 3-4%. If you have that money saved up, that 3% of the loan amount. So in this case, let's say you're buying a $300,000 house and you've already saved up $9,000, you're going to be good to go. It'll be a pretty smooth process. Keep in mind, you also have like inspections and appraisals and binder deposits that you need to keep in mind and saved up for. Like an appraisal is about $600, an inspection is about $600, and the earnest money deposit, that's about 1% of the loan amounts. But also keep in mind, with your earnest money deposit, you can use that to pay for your closing costs. So all in all, if you have 3% saved up, plus that $1,200-ish saved up, the home buying process with the VA loan should be pretty straightforward. Also, if you're a hero, if you're using your VA loan, you automatically qualify for Homes for Heroes. So Homes for Heroes is an awesome program. It's not only for our veterans, active duty service members, but it's also for our medical professionals, our police officers, our firefighters, EMT, and teachers. But since we're specifically talking about the VA loan, if you're military and you're using VA loan, you automatically qualify for Homes for Heroes. So what does that mean? Homes for Heroes, you're gonna get 25% of our commission, and we're gonna give it back to you as our way of saying thank you for your service. The math, how does that work? If you just take 0.7% of your purchase price of the home, that's what you're gonna get back. So if we're using that $300,000 example again, if at $300,000, you're gonna get $2,100 back to you. You can use that towards your closing costs, or you can elect to receive a check about anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks after closing. So some people like that, saying, hey, I already got my closing costs covered. I like to get that check in about 4 weeks, which is great. You know, you get that extra money, help offset some of those moving costs. So yeah, Homes for Heroes. So again, this was a kind of getting started with the VA loan, how much money you need to have saved up. Just to recap real quick, there are closing costs associated, typically about 3%. That's for any loan, and the VA loan as well. You don't need a down payment. But if you put a down payment on a home, let's say you put 5% down, then your VA funding fee is going to come down to 1.65%. but you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. And then lastly, you have the VA funding fee. So if it's your first time using it, right now it's 2022, but if it's your first time using it, it's 2.3% of the purchase price. And if it's your subsequent use, like your second or third, fourth, fifth time, it's 3.6%. And finally, I'm gonna leave you with this. I said second and subsequent because you can use your VA loan more than once, and you can have more than one VA loan out. So let's say that you bought a house a couple years ago and you PCS and you're moving somewhere else, but you decided to hold on to the house as a rental, and you move over. Let's say you were stationed in San Diego and you're coming over to Florida and you're buying another house here. It's all about entitlement. So you may have sufficient entitlement to buy a second house using your VA loan privileges and your benefits, which is awesome. So you just need to talk to a lender and see, they'll pull out your e-benefits to see how much entitlement you have remaining, and then they'll do the calculation on that and say, hey, yeah, you can actually buy this house, no problem. So again, as always, feel free to reach me at 904-607-7202. That phone number is text capable. So if you have a quick question after watching this video and say, hey, Eric, what can you talk a little bit more about this? I'm happy to help. Or if you have a longer question, think about it like 2 o'clock in the morning, go ahead and send me an email at hello@firstcoastheroes.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Drop a comment below, and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. All right, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.